Hello and welcome to Castle Heist, Chapter 1, a game about which I know very little.
Dear nephew, I am going on a journey and may never come back. Please come find me at my house in Sleepyville. If you cannot find me there, well, then the house is yours. It is too dangerous to tell you here now where I'm going. You remember old Granny's grave, right? I made you a map to my house from the graveyard. And be very careful. Stay away from any strangers.
Okay, a few things. One, it doesn't matter where you're going because from the sounds of it, you are so very sick you're gonna die. Secondly, you're not telling anyone here and now anything, you're writing a letter, so at best you're gonna be telling people here and in a 2 weeks' time. And lastly, aside from the stranger danger, we actually have the... Okay, so we have the map here at the bottom of this very weird looking piece of, I would assume, vellum, parchment, something. Okay, so okay, his house is the second one on the left. So let's go and, I don't know, we can actually jump, which is very nice. So we follow the trail, I assume, while avoiding strangers because stranger danger is a thing. Oh dear, that is a stranger. He's gonna do mean things to me. Oh, and shift to crouch. So shift to crouch, spacebar to jump, that's normal. WASD to move. Mouse to spin my head right round. Okay, so this is the first house. I think. Yes, should be. So, wait, are these houses? Is this a house? Is that a house? That looks big enough to be a house, but... No. God damn it. Well, that man looks to be carrying a pistol, so... Hmm. Do I actually want to be up here? Is there any purpose to... Whoa, falling down. Whoop. The controls are a bit strange. At the same time, they're very responsive and slightly floaty. So yes, second house on the left. Hmm. Yeah, it is on the left, like looking from the path. So that's a weird kind of choice with the distance. Can't put away the map, well, to my knowledge. Yeah, that's a weird kind of thing to pop in. Just barrels and jugs and weirdness. I mean, I'm making the assumption that this is in fact like a village or something like that. Do I really not have a grasp on the keys? Yeah, controls. Forward, yeah. Yeah. Everything's as it should be. No dedicated interaction key, not that I could see. But I'm gonna assume it's gonna be some sort of prompt. Oh dear! Well, this little hamlet doesn't ask any questions. Yeah, shoot first, ask questions never. Right, well, let's give it another go, I suppose. So this is the bend. That is the town. There goes the guard, who from we shall endeavour to stay very, very far from. And again, no, can't interact, so I'm going to go on the other side of, on the back side of the houses. Okay, so the weird cricket-like sound is actually the guard walking. Is this a house? No, can't go in. I mean, surely this here must be a house. Oh, well, fair enough. Okay, so the path ends here. Yeah. I don't know, it's a very nice looking game. Now if I could just sort out where I'm going, that would be excellent. Overall, assuming from the somewhat hostile guardsmen and other such niceties, I would assume that, and from the name Castle Heist, I would assume I have to break into the house. Also, I really want to get rid of the bloody letter. I don't need. Well, I do need the map. I will grant you that. I do actually need the map. It's just that it's currently not being used. Okay then. That was a bit weird in many ways. Yes, so I'm not sure if it was E or left click because I was pressing both of them. Oh, well, anyway, I suppose. Again, I suppose it does look very nice. It looks like Elder Scrolls Oblivion, which, you know, getting a bit on in age. You must leave tonight. The alchemist is on to us. His men might show up on your doorstep any minute. We must. Hmm? We must carry something. The plan right away, no matter how risky is in its no matter how risky is in its current state. You must travel to Red Fort alone, tell no one. When well there, take in for the night at the local tavern. At night when the square is not full of people is your only chance to enter our newfound secret entrance unseen. So it seems like my dear old uncle, I think it was, has been up to some naughty business. Also has a very yeah. I don't know. It's a lot bigger than it seems from outside, but still a very cozy little house, I suppose. Okay, so we didn't find our uncle. The house is now ours, which is nice because the guy outside will shoot us. Whether that's
Nephew, the fate of the kingdom is in your hand.
can't be in your hand.
You must stop the alchemist.
Okay.
The alchemists have perfected the gunpowder formula, and from the castle of Redford, he now rules supreme. He uses his might to find the secrets of an even greater source of power.
Greater than gunpowder.
A magical object called the artifact. If you're reading this, it means I have failed. I, Jeremiah Jones, am a member of the Cartographers Guild, and in front of you is my life's work. For years, I have planned the perfect heist on Redford Castle. I'm writing this in a hurry. There is not much time. You are now our last hope. You must take these maps and travel to Redford and carry out my plan.
Not to be a dick to presumably dead uncle cartographers, for a cartographer, you drew a really shit map. Not even being funny. Also, I think one of the maps on the side read Negropolis or something to that effect. Okay, well, see, this is a lot better. Okay, so you obviously spent time on this one, Mr. Jeremiah Jones. Okay. Square full of people at day must take in on tavern and wait for night. Okay, so the tavern is the kind of big building at the center. So there's curfew during the night, so that's why I was shot. And the guard patrol routes are probably the same at daytime, as they are at nighttime. I would assume. Yeah, it's actually currently it has that kind of has a very much. It still looks kind of like Oblivion, but I really like the design of the castle. It has a lot of like character to it, and I do like it. It's very nice looking game. So, hello there. How are you? You have a very impressive helmet that doesn't quite match up with itself, but that's okay. Also, I can't think that. Oh, I'm mounting you. Please, sir, let me mount you. Oh, what? If I can, I'm going to use that as some sort of method for the heist. Okay, again, I like how the houses are designed in the way that they're kind of like these little bases upon which stand these larger buildings, and I do like all these little nooks and crannies and all that kind of thing. But unfortunately, kind of for this bird's eye view of the city, it really doesn't match up. The alchemist's gift of gunpowder has made our nation strong again, says the Redford Council. Alchemy is the greatest of sciences. Become an apprentice today. Okay, cool. So clearly they're actually very happy with the whole alchemy business. I'm not sure if the Hello there, shopkeep. Are you sure you can measure my gold properly in them there scales on the floor? Oh, no problem. They teleport. They do, yeah. Here, they're on the ground. Now, suddenly there. Also, the apples and the plums gain a lot more texture. The cherries stay flat, as they should. The demon fruit. Don't like cherries. That is profoundly weird. What? Okay, so you do not interact with things. You walk up to them, and then exposition happens, or just like fades to black. You walk up to a door you're supposed to go through, and someone clubs you on the head, and that's how things move forward in this world. Very nice. Okay, so I assume I need to go to the well because it was the other thing marked. I would love to see now. I can't bring up the map. It won't bring itself up. Oh well, never mind. And again, with the tavern design, still it looks a lot like Oblivion. Specifically like the taverns and the inns in the rural parts of Oblivion. Well, of Cyrodiil, I suppose. So this is the tavern. Okay, that is a guard. Okay, so let us orient ourselves. Okay, so this is that side. So the distances aren't what? Okay, so for a sneaking game, firstly the distances are all wonky. Also, thank you, Uncle, the from the Guild of Cartographers for your this map of the stairwell looks actually like really cool. So note 1, the alchemist surely knows about the artifact. If the crypt is opened, it must be in his possession. Crypt doesn't sound all that pleasant. So we're in the flooded parts marked on the left. So we rise up and then... What? Note 2, the crypt is over 500 years old. It might have fallen apart. So has it fallen apart, or have they broken into it? Or does it mean that it's caved in? How am I being confused by such a simple game? Okay, so here we have a couple of hooks and things on the... Okay, so this I assume to be the junction, the first junction on the left. So I think we need to go down here and this will be the crypt. I honestly don't know, and that kind of bugs me out a little bit. I don't know, I think... Yeah, this is looking very crypt-y. That's a guard. So there's 3 guards there. Okay, so we'll jump up here. There's also the... Well, there's no HUD. You die from 1 hit, I would assume, because you are not like a master assassin or a weird thing like that. No, you are just like a bloke whose uncle entrusted the fate of a kingdom. A kingdom that seems to be doing alright.
Why are we guarding this creepy place again? If anyone comes looking for the artifact, this is where they will go. But the alchemist already have it in his tower. Yeah, but the cartographers still think it's here. Oh yeah, the cartographers. What happened to the Jones anyway? Prison cellars, of course. They locked him in the bottom cell.
Okay, so we listen to the guards, how we chat, and yes, the artifact is in the alchemist tower, and the voice acting is something superb. Yes, anyway. And also our uncle's kind of alive still, which is nice, so, you know, unless he's succumbed to the awful illness he, from the sounds of it, has. So, okay, fine. Uncle is in the prison, which is fine. We need to go to the tower to grab the thing. Probably, I think it would be nice of us to rescue our uncle. We'll see. If we've got time, we might. Although, to be brutally honest, I really don't want to. He doesn't seem like a nice person. You know, I mean, yes, he gave us his house, which is nice. On the other hand, he also kind of saddled us with the responsibility to, you know, stop an alchemist with gunpowder from getting an Okay. So yeah, things are interacted with by walking very decisively into them. Not a massive fan of that kind of thing. I don't know, kind of rubs me the wrong way a little bit. Just a little bit though. Note 1, the staff quarters will have a guard watching the door. Best not enter. Okay, so okay, so we are on the left near the stairs marked to basement. So we need to stay away from the left from the staff's quarters. The corridor will be patrolled. Must listen carefully. Okay. And the throne room holds the path to upper floor, but is also patrolled. So I see the prison has been marked. And you know, considering that clearly there's salt and pepper. Salt spelled S-O-L-T. So that's going to be the staff quarters. That's where we don't want to go. Makes sense, makes sense. Although, fair enough, there clearly seems to be some dickishness about, because the alchemist does clearly have somewhat strict curfews set in place, and a shoot on sight thing's never good. But really, it just goes to show you, I suppose that's a guard room, so that is the throne room. This is the place marked entrance. Gonna hide here. Wait for the guard to go past, and then I'm gonna sneak here. Oh dear, that's a sleeping guard. But clearly this is an area, and again we interacted with the door, so someone conked us on the head. That guard is not sleeping. I mean, the game is a bit clunky. But it has a lot of interesting features, and the idea behind it is clearly not bad. Okay, so here we are without a map. Okay. And the hiding we shall go. I kind of want to have as much time as possible for the... Just gonna go out after him. Hmm. Oh dear, that's a guard.
What should we do?
Shut up, I said. I'm thinking.
The boss is gonna go mad.
Shut up. The boss will kill us.
It must have been the guild. The cartographers has taken Jones.
Shut up. I know.
Oh, okay, so now we know the fate of our dear old Grunkle. Grunkle Stan has been retrieved by the cartographers, who, you know, for not having like gunpowder or, I don't know, eyes or for, you know, not having gunpowder in their disposal or really seeming all that clever, have well managed to actually, let's be careful up here. Oh, that is a thing that I do not approve of. Yes, the cartographers have managed to extract our uncle, which I suppose is good for him. Hmm. Yeah, I mean, I suppose, and you know, aside from the graphical style, which I find to be quite pleasing and quite suitable for a game such as this, the idea behind it is, I would say, it's good. Not a bad idea at all to make a kind of a medieval heist sort of idea. Let's check out the armory. Okay, so, you know, a cannon, I think a cannon, yeah, just, oh, a couple of cannons. Fair enough, so that's going to be a boon to siege warfare. Couple of these smaller ballistae. All sorts of shields, that's alarms, those are swords. That's a catapult. Funnily enough, indoors. I mean, who needs an indoor catapult? I say, and immediately my thoughts go to who doesn't need an indoor catapult. I just got stuck on the step there. Yeah, I mean, who doesn't need an indoor catapult? You could fire like turkeys or other food items with it across great distances into the faces of your enemies. Okay. Again, we have reached an area where I've transitioned, so conk on the head and someone drags us a couple of feet. Beautiful. Okay, so that is the throne room. Okay, so yeah, these are the small stairs, which means that the alchemist's chambers will be up there. Now, clearly what we have to do with this guard is hide from him. And then we must follow him quickly so as to reach these steps. Beautiful. So, really not very hard as a game, he says, almost walking into a guard. Yeah, okay, so I have no idea what the thing there was. Fair enough, I kind of did a silly, but on the other hand, I was also kind of expecting to die. I've no idea if the guard bugged out or if he was just supposed to not move. Which, you know, to be brutally honest, if he's not supposed to move, then there's clearly going to be like an alternate path we have to take. If he did bug out, well, that's unfortunate, but those things happen, especially with like smaller titles such as these. So yeah, we'll give it another go and see if things are better. If they are not, then we might have to have a hissy fit. I hope I don't have to go into that corner. That would be just painful. Okay, so now the guard is still there, but was there any point in me jumping here? Can I douse that? Can I say hurtful things about its mother? No, I can't. However, can I skirt the edge here? I can, but it's no use because not only can he see me, or a small sliver of me, why would I... Am I just reading the map so very... Oh, I'm reading the map wrong. Yeah, I don't know, for some reason when I saw the guard patrolling like on that route, and I saw the stairs and, you know, the alchemist's tower being like one of the bigger plot related areas, or the biggest plot related area, I kind of assumed that, yeah, we're gonna go upstairs, but no, apparently that's gonna be the guard's barracks or something to that effect. And going up there is not only silly but also useless. No, we want to go here, which, I don't know, it kind of takes a lot of the fun away. I wanted the challenge, it want. A jumping we will go. A jumping we will go. So, okay, fine, we found these very nice stone stairs and everything's looking a lot more dignified. But I still kind of wanted it to be up there. But yeah, so clearly they've placed that guard there to just kind of go, oh, you're not supposed to go there. So we are, well, you're not supposed to go there and we haven't placed anything for you to find. Unlike they did with the part with the prison. Interestingly, when you consider the thing, we heard from the guards in the crypt that first of all the artifact is gone, but also that our uncle is in the jail cell. So it was our choice. It doesn't serve a narrative purpose as such to the game. It was our choice to go down there and find out that our uncle had been rescued. Now, if only they'd made like something that we could find there, that would have been interesting. But now it's just a dead end marked by my death. And again, you can't sneak over these large steps. You kind of have to walk. My current I'm just going sneak by default due to the fact that it doesn't slow you down that much, but it does kind of eliminate a lot of the problems with the guards. Just not all of them, as we've previously seen. I don't know, it's kind of a weird situation. Some guards will see you, some guards will not. But since it doesn't slow me down all that much, okay, I can hear someone or something sleeping. So this is clearly like a storage. Floor. What? Okay, that I do not understand, but whatever. Oh, and I go all the way back here. which, you know, fair enough, not really that big of an issue. I mean, yeah, I'm just gonna go up and see what. I mean, that guard just saw me. That guard saw me, and I don't know how he saw me. I mean, he kind of saw me through the floor. I don't know who's snoring. I assume it's going to be another guard, although, my god, those snores were just something awful. Just, oh god. Well, anyway, let's. I'm gonna give it another. I'm gonna give it a good college try. If it doesn't succeed for some weird reason again, then I might just like not finish playing this on the recording. Hmm. Okay, so I th I think it's like a legit. Yeah, yeah. My timing was just off on the, and his timing was off on that shot. Yeah, my timing was just off on the previous go. So I don't know. I assume that's the alchemist like sleeping there. But if it is the alchemist sleeping there, he has the weirdest slash awesomest slash most nonsensical sleeping arrangements ever. But the wall art is disturbing, but also kind of badass, I suppose. It's disturbing because it's an archer woman impaled on like things, which kind of creeps me out a little bit or a lot, to be honest. But yeah, I hope I'm supposed to come this far, because if I'm not, it's gonna be kind of weird and creepy. Not to mention stupid. So that's a dragon egg, which is nice. That's a skull. That's alchemical things, liquids. And what is up with all these skulls? Nice going on the Pulp Fiction ending. Mind telling us what's in the briefcase? Or just like at all? But yeah, no, that was actually a pretty enjoyable thing. The game looks nice. The mechanics are kind of nice. For a first-person sneaking game such as this, you might look towards big-budget things like Thief, or even the older Thief games if you appreciate quality. Well, you know that's a whole another thing. Let's not go into that. But yeah, there's a lot of good things about this game. Lot of things I enjoyed. Could have been maybe a tighter package. I feel like there was some slack. There were a few weird mechanic kind of things. The lack of any kind of definite interaction button made it a bit kind of hinky, as well as the lack of any additional things to do. Currently, it's just it's a very basic thing. You go into the castle, you steal what you're supposed to steal, because you are not a thief. You're in fact on a mission from God. No, a mission from your uncle. So in that way, it's nice that you don't actually just go about stealing things, because that's not what it's about. I still feel like there could have been more things to find, and who knows, maybe there are. Actually, really hope that there are more things to find, and I'm just like really stupid or something to that effect. But yeah, it is a very nice game on many levels. Maybe like I kind of want to recommend it, but on the other hand, I'm not sure if there's enough there to recommend, really. So I suppose this is like a decision you'll have to make completely for yourself. Mainly probably based on this video and the fact that I don't think there's going to be any replay value for this. But this is only the first chapter. Hopefully there will be stuff to come. Hopefully, but I of course have some doubts about that. It's good to be cynical about these things. Yes. Let us go to the main menu, where I shall leave you for this video. So thank you for joining me. This has been Castle Heist Chapter 1. Thank you, and for now.